Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. So I want to pop in super quickly and talk about energy and how your personal energy needs to match what it is you want in order to create. And therefore, why if your energy right now is negative or down or low, you're attracting more of that. So let's get into it. So first off, welcome. I am in beautiful Byron Bay right now, just walking through this really nice little forest thing, we could call it. But yeah, I've been feeling, there's so many ways I could go with this talk, but I wanted to just pop in and do a little impromptu thing. But I'm someone who's always been very in tune to energy, and if you're an empath, you can understand that, and if not, maybe you still have noticed patterns in your life where when you're feeling really good, you tend to attract more good things, and when you're feeling really bad, you tend to attract more of that. And so that's actually why our mornings are so important, because we've all heard the saying about waking up on the wrong side of the bed. And when you do that and you kind of have a few negative things and your mindset and energy goes negative in the morning, that's most likely what you're going to carry with you throughout the day and what you're going to continue to attract and create around you. So from a standpoint of like purpose, because I was writing a post on this earlier, so it's kind of in my mind, we all have a purpose, and when we are doing things and living in alignment with that purpose, things feel good. We're living in the flow, or as Abraham would call it, the vortex. We're really in this state where we're open to everything, we're receptive, we're just feeling good, we're vibing high, and things are working out for us. And I want you to think right now for a second about a time in your life where things just felt really good. You were super happy or confident or aligned. You felt really good about what you were doing, and things were just working out for you. And take a second to look at what that felt like and how nice it was. Everything maybe just felt really easy and it was coming to you. There wasn't this stress or this resistance. And then I want you to think of a time when it was the opposite, and you felt really caught up in the present moment, in the anxiety, in the stress of what was going on around you. And I feel like we can all relate to that in any way, but for me, what's popping out most is business. And I even look at like my dad and his business, my friends who are coaches or entrepreneurs, and myself recently. I had a little moment of this where things were just feeling hard, and there was this resistance, there was this stress, there were a lot of questions. What do I do next? What's the right choice? And like trying to tune into myself, but also just not feeling super aligned. And I was kind of attracting this feeling and attracting some outcomes that weren't working for me. And the thing is that the second I identified what wasn't feeling good, what aspect was bringing stress into my life, and unnecessary self-doubt and worry, and I eliminated it, everything got so much better. All of a sudden, these people were coming into my life who I really needed, who totally understood me, could help me, we could help each other. All of a sudden, these things that I had as goals for like years now were just being checked off one after another. All of a sudden I realized that, or I saw my impact grow. And this was something that like, that's my dream. And I realized all these things that were happening, but it's because I cut out the negative and the stressful piece in my life. And by doing that and taking a break from it or pushing it to the side and just focusing on feeling good and on my current energy, everything aligned with that. And so, we are all conscious creators. We are all energy. The earth is energy, God is energy, or source, or the universe, or angels are energy. Everything is energy. All energy exists. There is no there's no end to energy. There's no, like, everything that once existed still exists now, today, in one form or another in energy. And so our energy and what we want to attract need to be aligned. And just to play on that even more, I was listening to an Abraham Hicks last night, and they talk about this a lot, but it was about tuning into the proper frequency. So if you want to listen to radio station 92.5, but you're tuned into 104, it's not going to match. You're not going to get the signal. You're not going to get the frequency through the radio. You need to tune in to the same frequency of what you want in order to receive it. And in doing so, that is going to open up doors. That is going to attract in more positive things. And in order to do that, you also need to eliminate and cut out what doesn't serve you and what's causing the extra stress and the extra anxiety. And it's easy, and I will take 100% ownership for this in my own life. It's very easy when you're in the stress to feel like that's all there is, and to think that there's no way to get out of it, and like that's just part of life, and life is stressful, and this is how it goes. We have so many excuses that keep us fighting for our limitations instead of going, how could this be easier? How could I make this easy? How could I make this feel really good? And when you ask those questions, you're looking at life with without a scarcity and a limited mindset. You're looking with like an abundant and an opportunist mindset, where you're looking for the opportunity that's going to get you what you want. So instead of looking at life and seeing the stress and seeing like, this is going wrong right now, this doesn't feel good, I'm feeling really run down and anxious, look at it like, how could I make it feel better? How could I make a change right now that's going to make things easier for me? What would like my ideal version of myself, how would they handle this situation? We'll get into that in another video, because I want to talk about that a lot more, and really dive into embodying your future self or your ideal self in order to manifest, because that's also part of this that I've been talking about, and it's something I was doing for the last few months as well, and I'm seeing like insane growth just by doing that, by embodying that version of myself. But for now, I just want you to think about what's going on in your life right now, what's bringing you joy, what's bringing you stress. How can things be easier? How can you make it easier and more fun? How can you choose to have more fun each day? How can you choose to let go of some of the stress or the limiting beliefs or the anxiety? What decisions can you make? What actions can you take to get rid of that right now, or to decrease it a little bit for you? So really look into that and realize that you are a conscious creator. You are all powerful, all knowing. You are the universe in human form. So what would that look like? To me, that doesn't look like struggle. That doesn't look like full-on anxiety all the time or stress. It doesn't look like pain and suffering. It looks like love and abundance and opportunity and openness. But it all comes from a willingness to see things differently, and from aligning your personal energy with what it is that you want to attract and what it is that you want to see more of. So I will leave it there for today. I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And if you feel like sharing and you're open to share a little bit, toss out an example in the comments of a time when you noticed that you felt bad and you continued to get sucked into that spiral, or a time when you felt really good and you continued to see all these amazing opportunities open up around you. Because we've all had those moments, and it's important to really pay attention to them, to create awareness, to create a feeling there, so that we know what to look for and we can keep directing ourselves on the path to positivity, to alignment, abundance, joy, love, everything we want and more. So that's it for today. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow.